In this economy, I mean, getting delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions can be a really a revenue booster for your delivery business. Okay, your cargo van, your sprinter van, your box truck, whatever you have. If you can really secure a few contracts within those industries, you are good to go. So one thing I want to explain to you into this conversation, I want to give you a method. I want to give you a strategy to actually get delivery jobs on a consistent basis from legal and financial institutions. I'm speaking about law firms. I'm speaking about banks, credit unions. I'm speaking about those institutions that are actually operating, insurance companies, by the way, they're operating in those industries, okay? So you have to understand that legal and financial institutions need delivery services all the time. So the need is there, okay? The demand is there. And the reason why the demand is there is that legal firms often need to send and receive sensitive documents like contracts, court filings, legal notices, or confidential information that cannot really go through regular mail or email due to security concerns. Because what happens here is that those court documents or those legal notices have to have proof of receipts, okay, proof of delivery. So you can't just send it through USPS. Even if you send it through USPS, you want to really have it USPS certified, okay? And so a lot of law firms would rather just have a private courier actually deliver the documents for them, because that way they can be sure that the documents is indeed delivered, okay? So that's the same scenario when it comes to banks. So large financial institutions, including banks, investment firms, and insurance companies, require deliveries of checks, financial reports, confidential client info, and time-sensitive contracts. Again, those are contracts that you can't really send through regular snail mail, okay? So these deliveries usually demand discretion, reliability, and sometimes same-day or scheduled delivery, something that UPS or USPS or even FedEx cannot really guarantee, okay? So this creates a niche with a steady demand and usually higher pay compared to general delivery jobs. So when I'm talking about how to get delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions, we got to have a clear idea about the kind of delivery jobs that I'm talking about. Because see, the thing is that if you want to really go for those high revenue delivery jobs, those high revenue loads, those high revenue time sensitive delivery jobs, you got to have a clear idea. And what I'm speaking here about is a small niche of delivery products, okay? Again, we are speaking about legal and financial institutions. There are actually a couple of categories. Number one, you have legal documents. So here I'm speaking about delivering contracts, pleadings, subpoenas, and confidential papers. And some of those documents are court ordered, okay? So the judge wants the documents to be sent and receive at a specific date. So lawyers have to do their best to make sure those documents are delivered, okay? And you also have financial document courier services. Here you can be delivering checks, agreements, contracts, reports, and even sometimes physical media like hard drives with financial data, because those hard drives are really critical. If they're critical to the clients, they can't risk having it sent through a regular mail, okay? You also have court filings and court document deliveries. And you also have scheduled pickups and drop-offs for legal or financial firms. So this is really important to understand that because these are sensitive materials, trustworthiness and professionalism are key, right? Because for a law firm to trust your delivery business, or for a bank to trust your company, you better be professional and you better be reliable, right? And by the way, you got to be punctual too. I mean, reliability actually goes hand in hand with punctuality. So you got to be really careful as to how you portray your business, so that you can really increase your what I call your index, your reliability and reputation index. So, how do you find these delivery jobs? I've given you all those delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions. How do you go about getting those jobs this year? How do you go about connecting the dots to make sure that you are getting paid? You're getting paid. So, first thing first, where you are at. If you are in a large metropolitan area or you are, let's say, on the countryside, you want to research local legal and financial firms. Okay, this is important. What are the banks? What are the insurance companies? What are the credit unions? What are those law firms? And you can really do so either let's say manually. I mean, manually means physically. So you go downtown and ask people around, or you can just go to Google. Okay, and I mean, Google is a lot easier because it doesn't require you to really drive around town. Just stay at home and start with Google, local business directories, or LinkedIn to find law offices, banks, insurance companies, and accounting firms in your area. Okay, so this is an important element. So when I say financial institutions, I also need to include accounting firms because those firms also need to send sensitive financial information, financial paperwork. And so after researching, after having a list of, after really browsing Google and all those directories, you want to make a list of potential clients. Every client is different, and some clients will be different. Will vary depending on your niche also. So what's one thing you need to understand is you want to understand your the needs of those companies. Visit their websites to see if they mention courier or delivery needs. Call or email to ask if they outsource document delivery or have in-house couriers. Okay, it's all about asking questions. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to prepare your pitch. If you want to get delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions, you better have a solid pitch because those companies they're getting tons of pitches every day. So yours better be really good. So you want to develop a professional introduction about your delivery services. Nothing really complicated, but it just has to be clean. Okay. You want to highlight reliability, security, confidentiality, and your availability. Remember, I didn't say affordability because those companies they have money anyway. Law firms have money, and banks have money, so they don't really care about how much you're charging for the delivery. They just want you to deliver the product on time. So you want to highlight reliability, security, confidentiality, and availability. And you want to offer a competitive but fair pricing, especially for recurring clients. Next, you want to network in professional circles, okay? If you want to get delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions, you want to join local business groups or chambers of commerce. This can really help you big time actually tap into a certain network for your what I call your revenue based clients. You want to attend legal and financial trade events or seminars to meet decision makers. And you also want to use LinkedIn to connect with office managers, legal assistants, and finance officers. And you want to do this on a consistent basis, okay? And also, you want to get certified if needed. It's one of those things where you have to really ask yourself, how do you increase your reputation, your reliability? If you have to increase that through a certification, why not? Some states require couriers who handle legal documents to be registered or bonded. So look into a notary and or courier certifications that add credibility. And finally, you want to use courier platforms. Okay, those platforms can really help you also. So some platforms specialize in legal document delivery. Sign up on those. Examples include specialized courier apps or websites for legal financial deliveries. Let me know where you are at, and I can really give you more information about that because those apps are usually localized. So you have to really fit their geography for them to really serve, like to actually register you. Next, you have to think about how you present yourself professionally. Okay, remember, first impressions always counts. Okay, So in this business, your professionalism makes a huge difference. So you want to dress smartly when making deliveries, business casual at minimum. You want to use actually a reliable vehicle, very, very important. Use a reliable vehicle and keep it clean. You got to keep it clean, okay? Always have proper documentation, receipts, delivery confirmation forms. It's how you present yourself, okay? If you want those lawyers, those bankers to really take you seriously, you better really take yourself seriously in the first place. Use tracking apps or provide updates to clients, okay? You want to keep confidentiality. Never share or expose sensitive documents. Remember, those clients came to you in the first place for security reasons, for confidentiality reasons. So you want to really help, you want to maintain their trust. You want to preserve the trust, okay? So basically, trust, remember, is gold in legal and financial sectors, especially in the higher echelons. Next, if you want to get delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions, you got to really think about pricing and payment tips, right? How do you really price yourself? If you remember, I told you a little earlier that you do not want to really price yourself too low because those firms have money anyway. But you still need to really distinguish yourself. You need to differentiate yourself in terms of how much you're charging in the first place because those clients, they have options, they have choices, they can see what's happening around. They see how much you're charging versus how much the competition is charging. Okay, so what you want to do is when it comes to pricing, you want to research local courier rates for legal and financial deliveries. You want to really offer hourly, per delivery, or subscription pricing for regular clients. So it really depends. Okay, for some companies you want to go with subscription. With others, you want to go with delivery, and others you can even go with hourly. Consider actually charging extra for urgent or after hours deliveries. That way, you are able to actually minimize the risk of being called every now and then or too often. You want to be clear about payment terms, invoicing, um, sorry about that, upfront deposits, or pay on delivery. I would say when you start, you want to go with invoicing, okay? Unless you're talking to a small law firm or a small bank, just go with invoicing. If you have a small law firm or or a solo law firm, you can have upfront deposit or pay on delivery, and use a simple contracts outlining your terms, confidentiality agreements, and liability. Okay, so professional payment handling ensures repeat businesses. So let me talk to you about the tools and resources to actually help you. So if you think about getting delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions, you got to really know how to structure your approach, your business model, and how you structure your business model has a lot to do with the tools and resources that you really use in your day-to-day operations. Okay, let me give you a few tools that can help you run your delivery business smoothly and actually help you scale over time. First, you need to think about GPS and route optimization apps like Google Maps, Waze, or Circuits. I mean, especially if you are serving law firms or accounting firms or banks in a very crowded, in a very busy, traffic jammed sort of downtown area. So GPS and route optimization apps will be really helpful to you. You also have document management apps for signatures and proof of delivery, like DocuSign or Adobe Acrobat, right? So this is something to really think about. Accounting software like QuickBooks or Wave to manage invoices and payments, especially when you're trying to really get things done faster. You can even try Zero too. Zero is really good, is really good as well. You have communication tools like WhatsApp Business or Slack for quick client updates, okay? Especially from a flexibility point of view, that's really good. So bottom line here is that when I speak about tools and resources to kind of help you out, I'm speaking about the long run, right? That's the long run. You want to really think about what can really help you in the long run. Because the bottom line is that investing in the right tools and resources will save time and enhance your client experience. And if you're able to enhance your client experience, guess what? They're going to always contact you over and over and over, right? The bottom line is you want to increase customer satisfaction so you can increase directly or indirectly client retention. And that's what you want. If you're getting delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions, you want to have retention because those companies have needs all the time. And if they like you, if you do quality work, they will be constantly reaching out to you for deliveries. So something to really think about. Let me close to this conversation by actually, really giving you some examples when it comes to getting delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions. Okay, so one thing you need to really understand here is that if you are in a small city and you actually go to a solo firm like a one lawyer firm, or let's say a very small firm, what happens here is that you are going to really ask for a payment up front, or you can really ask for some kind of a scenario where you are sure that you get paid, right? Because the last thing you want is to actually call a law firm to get paid, or to threaten to sue them to get paid. You do not want to waste your energy or effort on that. And what you want to do here is that basically you have to understand the workflow that your clients has to go through. In other words, you have to understand how your clients processes their internal workflows, like when they actually sign a contract, or like when they sign a contract, what do they have to do? How long do they have to deliver it to the clients? And once the client reviews and sign the contract, and the client sends it back to them, what do they have to do, right? So if you understand their workflow, that can help you actually capture. That can help you capture where you could be needed. That's what you want. You want to know where you could be, what your delivery services could be needed. Okay. And one thing I want to say here is that you want to always follow up after a delivery to ask for feedback, because if things went well, then you're good to go. But if things didn't go well, at least you have something to learn from. You want to keep a delivery log, and also be proactive and offer additional services like scheduled pickups or after hours availability. One thing I want to say here is that if you offer, for instance, after hours availability, you are going to pick up a lot of good business, because the more accessible you make your business, the more desirable you're going to turn, and you're going to turn very desirable very, very fast. So this is important. So one thing I want to say here is that if you are serious about starting or growing your courier business in this niche, again, we are speaking about legal and financial institution, just follow the steps that I gave you, stay professional, and build those relationships, okay? Especially the relationships that can really convert into future business. In other words, remember that every person can be a contact. So in conclusion to this conversation, I explained to you how to get delivery jobs from legal and financial institutions. I give you 5 steps you need to follow this year. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.